Wow.
Right. Where's your headset, Dave?
On your head, mate. I'll give it you.
Wow, that was an absolute nightmare. So just to I've hit record because I thought it'd be funny just to get the reaction as Julie came in.
Thanks.
Hey!
Right, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to get out of the way just in case the doorbell.
David.
She's taking us upstairs, Paul.
Taking us to the bedroom. So just to let listeners know, we just spent 20 minutes trying to get Julie on the Skype call, and I've resorted to using.
Julie's fault.
Eh?
Oh, it's his fault.
Right.
You can't be now, Julie.
I am. I'm on my bed. That's it.
It's not that kind of show. It's not that. Right, guys, welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. I'm your host, Alex Whiteley, and joined with me is my co-host, Jules Fox. Just about. Say hi, Jules.
I'm here. Hi.
How have you been? You been okay?
What, me?
Yeah.
Yes, painting still.
Painting still. I've just
Painting.
I've just had to nip out to Home Bargains. It wasn't really essential. It's Kaz's. It's my wife's.
Sorry.
It's my wife's birthday tomorrow, so I've had to run around and get things done. But every time I've gone to a supermarket to go and grab a few things for her birthday, it's just been queues literally around the car park, and I've literally drove up and thought, nah, you're okay, mate. I'll do it tomorrow. It got to the day before, and it's just been chaos. So my day has been super stressful. Joined with us today are the guys that have been doing a great job of entertaining people online. That sounds wrong.
In Julie's bedroom.
Would you guys like to introduce yourselves to our listeners?
Go on then, Dave. Go on. Oh, it's Dave.
To me, to you.
Yeah.
I'm not Paul Bennett. I'm going like this all day now. You realise? Find this, Alan. I'm Dave Prince, and he's Paul Bennett from the 90's.
Well done, Dave.
and you are collectively known as?
Paul Bennett and Dave Prince.
Yeah.
In terms of what you're doing on your
what we're
Facebook
doing,
page.
we started a business last year based around us doing a concert called the 90's Revival. Obviously, subsequently, our concerts had to be postponed for the moment.
Yeah.
And so, because of the lockdown, we decided to do a live stream on Facebook 3 weeks ago. And the first one, we got really well received, didn't we, Benno?
Yeah, we were quite surprised, really, weren't we? I mean, it was quite funny when we first went live. Obviously, you say, like, how many people do you think is going to watch? And it was like, because we were all together, we weren't in isolation at that point. We all sort of guessed. Dave, I think, said about 120, did you, Dave? I can't remember now. Or was it 50?
It was something like that, but I was massively wrong, wasn't I?
Yeah, I mean, our first one basically had about 570 watching us live, and that was an achievement in itself. So, and it's just actually just progressed, and it's up to 93,000 views now. It's just gone immense. So
It's amazing.
Brilliant work. I mean, like, with what's going on, you say this was before you were in isolation, but it seems like you hit that sweet spot. You were, like, right at the time when people were, like, craving things to just sit and watch and do online, you know? So I think perfect timing for you guys. What's the... Go on, Dave, sorry.
I was to say that the difficult thing for us for the second week was because we weren't sure whether we were going to be able to do it, because Paul was at his house and I was at my house. So we had to work the technology between us to see how we could do it, and we pretty much achieved it the first week, didn't we, Paul? But his microphone wasn't quite loud enough.
No.
So we changed a few things last week, and a lot of it was down to the internet feed again, because Wi-Fi it wasn't strong enough. So we hardwired him in last week, and we've made another progression this week, so we should be better again this week.
Excellent.
And I think this week we're going to be pretty much as good as it's going to be, but he should be just as loud as I am going through the main system this week.
Yeah, it's just a bit strange doing it at my house because I haven't got the system there. Yeah. So everything is coming through my headphones. So I've got to relate that. My family's around me and they're watching me going, what is he doing? Because they can't hear the music.
Oh, that's interesting. Because when I was watching you live, it's like Dave's playing music, obviously on a set-up gig up in the kitchen, and then Paul, you're doing the same. But it looks like you're also. I thought you had a system in, because that was one of the questions I was going to ask you: is how do you decide who's playing what songs at what point? But obviously, that's how you're doing it.
Well, we have got a system though. I've got a system my end, but obviously because no, I'm not going to. But it's all through my headphones. If you know what I mean. I'm basically sending it straight over to Dave to go through his system. If you know what I mean.
I'm with you.
So
when your family dance with you in the background, they can't actually hear anything.
No, they've got it on the telly. So basically, you've got. Yeah.
With an 11-second delay.
11-second delay, so that's what the funny bit is, really.
Right, I'm with you now. I'm with you.
So, yeah, it is quite funny.
Oh, brilliant. I really like that. I really like it. So what is your situation then with the music? Have you been annoying the neighbours?
Not me, because I can't hear. They can't hear nothing.
The first week we did it at home. One of my neighbours who she used to be a producer on the BBC, she came round, and what I hadn't realised was she was going to try and come in, but then realised when she went past our kitchen window, I can't be round here. I've got to go. all the neighbours are involved, and we share it on our respective groups where we live. So all the neighbours are in with it as well.
It seems
same mind.
Yeah,
cool.
It's brilliant because it seems to have had all of these initiatives, all these things that people have been doing. I mean, I've seen all sorts on social media. I saw a guy sat in the middle of a council estate doing bingo to all the houses around him. I've seen that. I've seen people going out onto their doorsteps and playing loud music and just having a bit of a dance, socially distanced. It seems like people are seeing these ideas, like what you guys are doing, and just getting inspired by it. Have you seen that a lot?
Yeah, we have, haven't we, Dave?
There's been a few more, since we started it. We've seen quite a few people doing DJ sets as well, and that's but it's good. It's keeping people entertained as well, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, exactly, and music obviously is definitely what people need at the moment, particularly uplifting music, and because of what you guys are doing with the 90s revival, obviously that's bringing a lot of sort of like memories back for people as well. And people can properly, like I was on Saturday night, I was plugged in like this because my other half was watching something on the telly, and I'm just dancing around the lounge, and then obviously without realising I'm starting to sing, and then he's like shut up, he said I can't hear the telly. So obviously I moved, but it's just you get completely lost in it. It's brilliant, and I just love the fact that you never stick to your hour.
I know. People have been saying, can you go 2 hours? Can you go 2 hours? I mean, me and Davis talked about this. To be honest, after an hour and 15 minutes, we are absolutely drained.
Yeah.
Because it's more high energy entertainment. Well, it's like a workout for an hour and 15 minutes, but the music is brilliant. And we changed a few things, Dave, haven't we? Tell them what we changed.
Well, we also now do around the half-hour mark. We do a classic track that we used to play in the 90s in the pubs. Doing one of those each week, and then Benno does a party set from his house and feeds in, which lasts about 15 minutes or so, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The idea of that is to get families dancing in their front rooms and their kitchens, with the kids together, doing a bit of Wigfield, doing the Macarena, or that sort of stuff, So it's a different element into it as well,
Have you guys had? I bet on the build up to your set, I bet you get like loads of requests. Have you had a lot of feedback?
We had a few during the week, didn't we? But we seem to get most of it comes through the comments on the night, if you like,
Yeah.
the first week it was okay to go through it afterwards, and we picked a lot of the second week from what was on the first week's feed. However, last week it just was impossible to do it because we had just over 6,000 comments, and you
can't read them.
Yeah,
they go too quick, don't they?
Yeah.
So we have our wives sit in the corner of the kitchen, and they're reading what they're seeing and coming up, and they're writing stuff down. So that's why some people get shout out, some people won't, because it's just moving too fast, you know. Which is great, you know, and I think people are enjoying that as well because they're having their shout outs as well. So we've had a shout out, you know, and you know, they're getting that bit of a buzz. But then also after it, we're getting lots of messages as well, thanking us for what we've done, and you know, which again, the other side that's good as well because obviously everyone's already enjoying it, you know. So we also have a few messages. So
Dave, can I interrupt? You cry after you've had all these messages, don't you, Dave? Be honest.
Yeah, I get a bit emotional.
Yeah.
I don't blame you because that's a sign of success right there.
We're going now.
Oh, he's a sweetheart.
So where was your concert going to be?
At the Westman Showground. And it was due to be on Friday, the 5th of June.
Okay,
But obviously we've had to postpone it. We're working with the showground at the moment to get another date. We pretty much know when that's going to be now, but aren't announced it yet until we know that we can definitely have it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not worth tempting fate, is it?
We're going to look again at the end of May, when hopefully we'll have a bit more of an idea whether it's possible to do it this year or not.
Yeah.
What was the feedback and the excitement surrounding 90's revival before all this kicked up? Were people really excited about what you guys were offering?
We did 3 last year, didn't we? Smaller events.
Yeah, very successful.
Yeah, we each of the events we sold out. The last one was harder to sell out, and part of that was down to me, I suppose, in some respects, because I thought it would be easy to sell with it being Christmas, and it didn't sell as quickly as we thought it was going to, did it, Paul?
No.
I think that was just because of when it was, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, we had a good turnout again, didn't we? You know, we also fell foul a little bit of the old Park Lane because that was where we did the first one, you see. And then because we couldn't get in for the second one, we had to move the event. And that's when at that point then we changed the name. We always planned to change the name further on because of having our event this year, because we'd always planned this 12 months ago or so. In fact, October 18 we started planning before.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, a lot of planning, a lot of hard work. I mean, Dave does a lot of it because he's very, very good at that. I just try and get involved as much as I possibly can. We help each other. We work really well as a team, and that shows when we're working together. Yeah. I think that shows when we are together, or even now we're apart in different places. It shows that we've got so much chemistry between us. It's worth its weight in gold. That is, I think. I'm bumming ourselves up here, but that's how it comes across, really.
Yeah.
So,
no, I feel that. I feel that because with the people I work with what we do, I mean, Team Biscuit, we've got such a good rapport with each other, and people enjoy that, you know, and it must flow for the music as well. You know, if you guys are having a good time and you're enjoying yourself, then it will rub off on the audience.
Yeah, definitely does.
And it shows that you've got something to add. You know, so all this is doing, like what you guys are doing on Facebook, is illustrating the fact that you guys know what you're doing and you can party, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. What made you do 90s as opposed to say like the early sort of middle 80s with all the original rave?
Because the 90s are the best. Well. That's why 90s were.
Yeah, they are both. It's that era where it jumps from 80s to 90s, definitely. I mean, obviously, I'm an earlier 80s girl with the original sort of like illegal raves where you had to drive around for like hours and hours and hours trying to find a rave in a field in the middle of nowhere. Sort of that's my era of that start of it. But yeah, it did move into the late 80s, early 90s. But I just wondered if there was, what made you sort of pick that particular era?
I think really Dave started DJing in the mid 90s. Was it, Dave?
Yeah, 97.
And I started when I left school, basically. I was 16 when I left school. 1987. No, 85. Sorry, 1985 I started.
Yeah.
So I obviously went through all the 80s and the beginning of the 90s. And I was a mobile DJ as well then. And then in the mid 90s, I become the pub and club DJ. So that's why we love the 90s so much. And then Dave come along. This is a little bit of a story. Dave come along and he wanted to learn to DJ. So basically, I was running the business at the same time, doing entertainment business, and I took him under my wing. I saw potential. He got personality. Just went out a couple of times with him. He showed me what he could do. I showed him which way to do these things, and it just regressed from there. And then personality shows, and then we've been friends ever since.
Oh, brilliant. So whereabouts do you guys normally gig around town then?
Oh, go on then, Dave.
I was the resident at the football club for near on 10 years.
Oh, okay.
And then it's probably 8 years ago now we started doing Ashes, didn't we? 6 or 7 years?
I think 6 or 7 years, Dave, to be honest.
We started doing Ashes in town a couple of times a month on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And then we got offered a 21st birthday at what was the old Park Lane, and that was where the idea came from, really, because lots of people boycotted the place for years, and we weren't sure whether we'd be able to pull it off. But we said let's do this 21st birthday and see whether we could do a Park Lane revival. And we priced the tickets cheaply, really, to generate the interest. And we sold it out, I think, in about 6 weeks, didn't we, Paul?
Yeah. We weren't out to make any money. We just wanted to see the interest of it, really, and obviously cover our costs and everything. And it was absolutely amazing, really.
Yeah.
We could have sold it twice over.
Yeah, people queuing down the street to get in like they used to in the 90s. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So both you guys, obviously, well, not obviously, I'm going to make the assumption that might be the case. Both Shrewsbury born and bred?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, Alex, you're Wrexham, aren't you?
I kind of grew up around Wrexham, yeah, which was really.
Oh, I'm going now. Bye.
Do you know what? Right, I had one of the weirdest transitions ever. Okay, so I am a Telford lad, moved to Wrexham and grew up there, and then moved back to Telford, right? But growing up in Wrexham, it's a drinking town, right? It's literally pub, club, bar. And then I went to Telford, which is, in comparison, is like Emmerdale. You know, everybody's got the local pub, or there's Wellington, which is Wellington.
I wouldn't want to go with that then.
I didn't say anything. Yeah, it was. But yeah, I've had plenty of good nights out, but I left school sort of 2001, so it was kind of 98, 99 for me were like the big sort of dance music sort of years. They were the years where everything sort of started to change. But that was because I was probably being introduced to alcohol and stuff. Like that was the change in my life. What about you guys? Where would you put yourselves as, like, where's the best year for you guys? If you could, like, a 2-year sort of barrier.
Before I got married.
I mean, as far. So talking about
the best years. Oh dear.
Talking about the revival. What's your favourite years to play? In the 90s time, you mean? Yeah.
I think 90 all the way straight through to about 98, 99.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't pick a particular year because
can't no.
If you chucked a song at me, I wouldn't be able to say to you, "Oh, that was this year in the 90s," because they've all sort of blurred in together. Because everyone was that drunk in the 90s,
or raving on a farm somewhere, Julie.
Yes, it was fun. Yeah. I remember one night driving around the M25. Obviously, you'll probably guess from my accent, I'm originally from South.
Yeah.
But driving around the M25, looking for, and it was in the time when you used to have to get so far, ring on the old brick style mobiles, ring a number, get some more directions, and on this particular one, none of us ever found it. And I just remember one night about 4 o'clock in the morning, hundreds of cars on the M25 in between a couple of junctions, and in the end, everyone just pulled over, got all opened their car doors, and everyone was just playing music out of their cars instead, because nobody could find where we were supposed to be going.
Oh wow! I bet you that was brilliant, though. I bet you that was really good.
It was like, in terms of the years, they were the best years of my life doing that sort of stuff, and just I think one of the best ones I ever went to was at Santa Pod, and I knew as we were getting closer and closer where it was, because I thought, well, I come here for been here for drag racing, and we ended up at the bottom of the drag strip in a great big aircraft hangar with. There was a big Ferris wheel out the back, a big bouncy castle, lots of people in different states of different types of
alternative
that way. But yeah, and it was one of these ones that just went on till about 10 o'clock in the morning, until eventually all the police obviously then found it and came in and closed it. But yeah, really good time. So, but. Just even the movie, when it sort of then became less underground, I suppose, or less sort of secret. Even then, moving into the eras that you guys are playing then, it's still strong, still really good. And what you guys are doing on the Saturday night is unbelievably uplifting at the moment.
It's offering
everyone being stuck in.
Yeah, offering, I second that. Offering people a bit of fun during a time when everybody's scared, man. Everybody's worried,
Yeah.
So what you guys are doing is offering a service, as well as advertising yourselves as, like I said, guys who know how to throw a good party. So you're hitting things on two fronts at the moment.
And you guys have both got day jobs, haven't you? Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not working at the minute because I'm self-employed, so I've got to stay at home. So
what are your normal day jobs then?
I'm a self-employed builder.
Yeah.
But I just the plan is I just can't wait to get out of that and obviously concentrate on what I used to do full time anyway. Was obviously be a professional DJ. But this idea that we've come together, we've got a plan, and hopefully this plan will work. In the next 4 or 5 years, and then I can stop. Well, we both can stop working our day jobs and concentrate on what we love most, basically.
Yeah. And what about yourself, Dave?
I'm a sales director for a company down in London. We hire out and also sell bin trucks to the councils, which is why I'm quite busy at the minute, because I'm hiring lots of bin trucks to the councils to cope with the extra waste that's being generated at the moment.
And is that councils anywhere in the UK that you're doing that?
Yeah, all over.
Wow.
Yeah, all over.
Okay, so you must be really, like you say, really, really busy at the moment. Then.
Yeah, we are at the moment. Yeah.
Key worker.
Yeah, definitely.
not quite the same, but yeah.
Yeah, but it is because you still, like you say, you still got to keep those people. Those people have got to be moving. That and to be collected. So
I mean, I was talking earlier in the week about how actually, because I'm a key worker as well, I got to drive to and from Telford and between Shrewsbury and Telford 3 times a week, and my drive to work has now become like the highlight of the week. It's like I'm enjoying just windows open, driving through the sun, blasting out, I don't know, Pearl Jam or whatever it is I've got in the car, and just enjoying being out, because I get cooped up in this apartment and I'm going nuts, it makes you appreciate the.
Funny you should say that. I had to drive across town yesterday to take my mum and dad some shopping, and I actually really enjoyed driving across town. Just in the car. Stupid, isn't it? But to a degree you take it for granted because you're used to doing it all the time, aren't you? And when it's sort of taken away, it's different,
And I think because obviously everywhere's really quiet at the moment, and like you say, going through town is a joy at the moment.
Yeah.
Compared to, I suppose, literally we've come out of obviously all the floods where you couldn't go into town even if you wanted to, because obviously a lot of the access roads were closed, and then to this where you can go in. well, but then everything's still closed again, but in a different way. So, you know, and obviously that's affecting a lot of the town in a different way again, unfortunately. So
I've just driven through town now, and it's a ghost town. It's an absolute ghost town. It's quite scary. Yeah, it's horrible.
I just feel sorry for the small businesses, and you know, okay, they're going to get some help, but it's not the same. And I think the social distancing is going to carry on for a long, long time. I mean, not talking 6 months, we're talking years, because people have, it's incited in them now. And you can see people, they're like afraid of you, even though some people will smile and say hello, some people won't. They won't acknowledge it because they think, oh, talk to me, I might catch something. You know, it's very, very scary. I don't think a lot of people know actually what's going on. That's what we're trying to do, is bring everybody together when they have Zoom parties, and they've got everything on the cameras, and they're having a massive party, and we're playing the music to them, and it's such a, going backwards, it's such an achievement. It's bringing everybody together.
Yeah, I think one of the key things as well is if more people can do this, because it's I suppose there's two. I've noticed when I've been popping out that there seems to be two sort of key groups that are either not really probably following guidance best. You know, there's a lot of the elderly generation I've noticed, but I seem to have this sort of, well, we've been through worse type thing in the war and all this, and we've survived and we've come out the other side, and it's, you know, and then you've got obviously the other end of the scale, the youngsters, who, you know, obviously treating it as a bit of fun, get out, you know, and you're seeing some really sort of scary and not really nice stuff happening. But and obviously the core group in the middle, everyone is doing what they should be doing. But if the youngsters had this opportunity to like link in, you know, like maybe with their type of music that they're into these days, but, you know, link in this way, it might keep some of them indoors and not feeling that they have to be out on the streets or, you know, roaming around in gangs or hanging around wherever they're hanging around. That if there was a different outlet for them in this way, because obviously you guys have got probably a certain, I guess the demographics of your audience are going to be of a certain age, aren't they?
Not necessarily, no.
Not necessarily, no.
They're not.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we found that we thought we'd be sort of 30 pluses, didn't we, Paul? We found that because a lot of someone just screamed there.
I don't know what that was.
not my end.
I'm coming, love. I'm coming.
Yeah, I think we found that because a lot of kids have grown up with the 90s music because their parents were part of that scene and have grown up with it.
Yeah.
They're sort of into the 90s music as well. And I suppose it's no different than when we were kids and our parents listened to 60s and 70s music, because we all knew it. We all knew ABBA, didn't we? You know, and so I think that's true. Followed suit with our kids as well, because your lad's 19, 20 now, isn't he, Paul?
Yeah, he's 20 and he absolutely loves it. And all his friends, they share everything and watch it every week. And I said, well, how many friends? And they're sharing it to their friends, and they're all 18, 19s, 20s. So, and even the feedback off them is immense. It's like, wow. Excellent. And then we get older people over 65 and they've messaged us personally and said, oh, thank you. It's been absolutely amazing watching you. You know, they're watching as well instead of listening. So that I think it's entertaining instead of watching someone
on the tellies, aren't they?
Yeah. It's just like, dear.
And you've also, I saw that certainly some of the comments that I was reading that were coming up on Saturday night, you've got people overseas now.
Yes. Yeah.
So what's the furthest that you, obviously, like you say, you've got 6,000 comments coming up, you can't always spot them, but what do you know to be your furthest away audience?
Australia,
I think.
We got Australia, Canada, Thailand. Croatia's quite close.
Saudi Arabia was another one we had.
Saudi Arabia.
Oh, really? Oh, they got expats out there?
I don't know.
Don't know.
There was a lady on last week from a place called Rochester in Minnesota in America.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah.
Wow.
And the one in Canada, they were having because of the time difference, they were having an afternoon party. because so they did it in the afternoon. I think it was 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon while we were live. So
yeah,
they had an afternoon party. Another excuse to have some alcohol, I suppose.
Last Friday night, we had a guy message us from Germany, didn't we, asking if we were on again on the Saturday nights because he wanted to watch.
Yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, it's been immense, really. I mean, and the love is the main thing, I think, and thanking us. I mean, it's like I say, me and Dave, we get upset about it in a joyful upsetness, if you know what I mean. It's just amazing. Oh, you're always crying. Well, the first day, he started crying. What's the matter, Dave? What's the matter? He said, "No, it's comments. I can't believe it."
Look, there's nothing wrong with that. I cry at everything. I've been known to cry at Batman before. Batman, yes, Batman. I cried at Batman.
Something to do with Robin, I think.
He's from Telford.
Nothing wrong with that. What I'm doing at the moment while you guys are chatting, it looks like I'm being really rude, but I'm actually just putting a quick 10-question quiz together. If that's okay. You guys want to answer some questions about music?
Oh, what's it about music?
A little bit about music, yeah.
Right. Go on then, Dave.
We did a quiz last night with a lot of the football lot who my son plays with, and me and Po's my wife. We're not very good at quizzes, but it comes to the music one, we got 10 out of 10.
Hey.
I wouldn't say that, Dave, now.
That's it, the intro.
It'd be a bit of a shocker if you didn't.
Yeah.
I did Darren, because I work 2 days a week. I work for, or not currently at the moment, but I work for Darren at Gin Different in the Market Hall.
All right.
And he did a gin quiz last night.
Okay.
It was quite hard, actually. But he had quite a lot of people on there, and it was all gin. Mainly was more gin related. How many gins? Oh, Alex, you could add this to it, actually. How many gins do you think are currently being distilled, or how many distilleries doing gins are there at the moment worldwide?
I have no idea.
So number of different gins, not necessarily distilleries, actually. It's number of gins.
I'd say 1,000.
I'd say 85. I'm going to go low.
I would
85 gins?
No.
We've got 120 gins in the Market Hall.
I thought you meant companies. Okay.
No. Number of gins being distilled.
Oh, okay.
1,000 from
1,300.
1,300, Dave?
I'd say
you're looking at this, Dave.
I bet you it's higher than 2,000, I bet. Because it's quite popular at the minute, gin as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
8,000.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I know. I was shocked as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, add that one in. Because
And most of them, Ben, are in our garage.
Yes, they are.
I bet you we got more in our garage than they've got in the Market Hall.
Right, where do you live?
Okay, guys. So, listeners, grab yourself a pen and take part in this. All you need to do is try your best to match the year to the song. Okay, the best you can. And then what I'll do is I'll write them down and then I'll go through it afterwards. Okay, just 10 questions. All right. I've picked. They're all number one songs, and you're not allowed to get on your computers now either. Okay, I can see you. All right. Okay. Question number. No Google. Question number one is what year was Bryan Adams' "Everything I Do It For You"?
That was 92. That was.
I was just about to say 92.
I do say 94.
94.
I'm going to say 91.
I'm thinking
92.
Change it to 91. Okay. Write these down, guys. Question number 2.
I haven't got pen or paper up here.
No, me.
No, it's all right. I'll write these down as you tell me them. It's fine. We'll go back to them. Mbop by Hanson. What year was that?
It's your favourite song, Benno.
Bop, 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 bop.
I'm going to go with 98 for that one.
Dave says 98.
96.
96 for
I'm
Julie.
going to split the difference, 97.
97. Okay.
I'm assuming you've got the answers, Al.
Yeah, of course I've got it.
That's fine.
Come on. Come on.
Who's winning so far?
No one. Controversially, R. Kelly's Bump and Grind, when was that number one?
98.
98.
I think it was earlier. I'm going to go 96.
96. Jules?
I'm going to have to go 97.
97. Okay. Moving on. Michael Jackson with... Is that right? Hold on.
Hang on, I'll ask my phone.
What have I done here? Oh no, here we go. Yeah, Michael Jackson with Black and White, Black or White.
95.
95 for you, Paul.
Yeah.
Dave?
How far into surgery was he at this point?
I don't know.
Michael White.
It'll just allow me to decide what side I go. I'm going to go 99.
99. Dave?
I think I went 98, I think.
98 for Black and White.
98.
Black or White.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The next one is Celine Dion with My Heart Will Go On.
Oh, God.
But banging tune. That's every single wedding. Every single wedding.
Yeah.
It was.
It was at the time, yeah, it was. 98.
98 for Dave.
Ooh, I can agree with that, 98.
98. Jules?
I didn't really like her, so I'll go 96 because I don't know.
Who cares?
Was she the warbler?
She was the one that sang the film, the theme tune to Titanic.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm thinking of the other one. The other one that
Number
warbled. It was the one that did The Bodyguard.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Number 6 is where are we? I'm not very good at this quiz stuff. I don't know why I did this. It's Seal with Kiss from a Rose. When was Seal's Kiss from a Rose number one?
That was
So it was 94.
94. Okay.
no, I think earlier. I think I'm going to go around 92 for that one, I think.
92 for Dave.
I agree nearly. I think I'm going to split you, 93.
93. Okay. The next one is Whitney Houston.
And I will.
Be on this one.
And that's I Will Always Love You. What year was that number one?
That's The Bodyguard. When was The Bodyguard?
Yeah, what was The Bodyguard on?
It was
96.
96.
Oh, I was going to say exactly the same. 96.
96.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go 95 then, so I'm different. More about trying to think how old Kevin Costner was then, but yeah, 95. I'll go
95. Okay. Next one is Coolio with Gangster's Paradise. What year was that?
Ooh.
Oh, tune.
Right.
I'm going to say 90.
97.
97 for Julie. Okay.
I think it's earlier than that. 95.
95.
No, so I think it's later. I'm going to go with 98.
98.
Oh. Classic tune, yeah.
Yeah. Question number 9 is Christina Aguilera with Genie in a Bottle.
Oh, okay. That was 97.
97.
98.
98.
96.
96. And then the last one is is Madonna's Vogue.
Ooh. 92.
92 for Paul.
94.
94 for Dave. Vogue.
91.
91. Okay, kids, that's the end of the questions. Pass your quiz papers to your left and mark your friends. Answer honestly. What I'll do is I'll put a tick by whoever's got it right, and then we'll add them up at the end. Question 1 was Bryan Adams, and his was in 1991. Dave, you got that right. Paul got 94. Julie 92. The next one was Hanson's Mbop, and that was in 1997. Dave got 98, Paul got 97, got it right, and Julie got it wrong with 96. Number 3.
You're doing very well here, aren't you, Julie?
I'm doing it. I told you it wasn't my era.
Number 3 was R. Kelly's Bump and Grind. None of you got it right. It was actually 1994, and Dave got 96, Paul got 98, and Julie got 97. The next one was Michael Jackson's Black or White. That was in 1991, you know.
Ooh.
Was it?
Yeah. Dave got it wrong with 98, Paul got it wrong with 95, and Julie got it wrong with 99. This is quite a hard quiz, actually, I've got to say.
It is.
Yeah. The next
we
one.
we were all drunk at the time, I
think. Nobody knows what time this was done. Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On was in 98. That was right. Dave, you got it right. And Paul, you got it right.
Oh.
Jules, you got it wrong with 96. Seal's Kiss from a Rose was in 1995. It was like the soundtrack to Batman Forever, wasn't it? So 1995. So,
did you know that?
Batman.
Yeah, I love my Batman. So Dave, you got that wrong with 92. Paul with 93, and Julie wrong with 94. The next one was Whitney Houston with the soundtrack to Bodyguard, and that was 1992. You guys went way too high with that one. Dave got 96, Paul 96 too, and Julie with 95. The scores on this are going to be terrible. Coolio's Gangster's Paradise was in 1995. Dave got it wrong with 97, Paul got it wrong with 98, and Julie with 96. And the last one is... Sorry. No. Hold on. Wait there. I did that wrong. Okay. Number 8. Number 8. No. Hold it up.
Someone just thrown their quiz paper away.
Coolio was in 1995. Dave, you got it wrong with 98. Paul, you got it right with 95. And Julie got it wrong with 97. Oh my God! I'd never let me do a quiz again in my life. Seriously, I'm terrible.
No, we're not going to let you.
Number 9 is Christina Aguilera, Genie in a Bottle, and that was in 99. You all got that one wrong. So Dave got it wrong with 97, Julie got it wrong with 96, and Paul got it wrong with 98. And the last one was Madonna and her Vogue, and that was in 1990.
Oh, so I was the closest. Did I say 91?
You said 91. You still got it wrong. Paul got 92 and Dave got 94.
This is like the European Song Contest, isn't it? Julie Fox, ne pas.
This is amazing. Okay. This is the lowest scoring quiz in the history.
Hang on. So the winner is...
Not Julie. So
I think we're done for the quiz now.
Coming in third place with 0.
Yes, all right.
Is Julie Fox, and in second place is young Dave there, young Dave with just 2, and in first place was Paul Bennett with 3. Way.
Yes, Benno.
Oh my God.
Not bad then out of 10, is it?
I just got to say, if you're listening, BBC, that's how you do a quiz. Okay, give me a job.
And that's how you answer as well.
Oh God. Guys,
so
go on.
I was going to say, you guys also, you know Kev, don't you? Who we've had on the show.
Yes.
Cat
Oh,
lady.
yes.
Oh, Kevin Horak. Yeah.
Well, obviously he's not the cat lady, but
No.
yeah. So how do you know Kev?
From working in Ashley's, I think, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, well, when I was working at Jackson's back in the day, he was a doorman as well. So that's when I first met him. Really, I mean, really nice guy. Absolutely nice guy.
Yeah, he's a
really
cracking
is.
chap. I've worked with him a couple of times now. He's a really good guy. Always got nice things to say.
Yeah.
Have you read his books?
No, I don't like reading.
Have you not? Because this is audio. Where is it? I'm in the middle of reading this one at the moment. It's very easy read.
We go,
Oh yes.
yeah, we can't say that one on air.
No,
say that one on air.
can't say that one on air. No.
We have mentioned it before. But yeah, guys, what's the future for you guys going forward? Are you just guys going to keep doing your things on Facebook and hopefully move on to the festival with your rescheduling?
Yeah. Our plans going forward will be to have multiple events throughout the whole of the country. The 90's Revival will go countrywide, and who knows? You never know. We might step into Europe. It depends how well what we're doing now goes.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we've got a 5-year plan in place that possibly will get put back a year because of obviously what's going on at the moment. Possibly, but we'll know a bit more obviously in the next couple of months, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
we are looking as well, maybe for sponsorships as well. There are people who are interested because they can see that obviously the following we've got now, and it's an opportunity for businesses to sponsor. And get on, the bandwagon basically.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants a sponsor out there, just contact us and we'll kindly speak to you.
And where can people find you to get in contact with you or to take part with what's going on?
Our live stream is on Facebook Live, which is the 90's Revival. We're also on Twitter and Instagram, which is the 90's Revival Shrewsbury, on both of those. And also on YouTube now. After we've done our show on a Saturday, it gets uploaded to YouTube as well, and that's again the 90's Revival. If you search that, you'll find us there.
Cool.
Fantastic. I love what you guys are doing. I think it's a lot of fun. And listeners, there's something there for you to. I mean, what's the usual thing that people do when they watch your? Has anybody told you? Do they sit there and have a drink with you guys? Do they get up in the kitchen and dance?
We've got some videos sent through, haven't we? The dancing parrot last week.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Dancing parrot.
A dancing parrot, yeah.
We've had videos of people dancing around the kitchens with the kids and whatever. People are showing a drink, they're having a beer at home and whatever, So it's all quite varied, really. We've even had people pausing out on deck so they can carry on watching us while we go past 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Says it all, Dave. Says it all, mate.
When people are choosing you over on the deck, it means that there's something good going there. Like. That's brilliant.
Hopefully.
Well, guys,
Hopefully,
you've been fantastic. You've been really patient as well because we had the technical issues at the beginning.
Julie was 18, yes.
Yeah, Julie, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Julie.
We love you, Julie.
It was working fine at 11, was it not? When you did the 11 o'clock interview?
It was. Do you know what would have been really funny is if you'd have been on the phone call the whole time since 11 o'clock and we'd just been following you around your house. Why?
What would be even funnier if Al had forgot to press record at the start of this?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, you're joking. Oh my God.
We have to do the quiz again.
No. the listeners Well, the quiz was I was actually making that quiz up as we were chatting away, which is
really?
why
I forgot that.
It was beautifully put together and beautifully executed. I don't know what you're on about. Guys, you've been fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on the Shrewsbury Biscuit. We get you guys on again when you guys are actually going live again. When your events are back up and running, come on the Biscuit. Tell everybody where they can find you guys, and we'll happily support you with moving forward.
No, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
We have got some surprises coming up in the following weeks that we're not announcing just yet, so that's going to keep an interest as well for people to.
Cool.
Send us a link.
You know we have.
Cool.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. And listeners, make sure you jump onto our website and have a look there. We are at www.theshrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk, and you can listen to our audio directly from our website. You don't have to use Podbean, Spotify, or iTunes, which is where we are also. You guys have been great. We'll catch you guys next week. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.